Next morning, got some coffee. This is going to be a little better than last night's sleepy cast. And I did quite a bit more leveling, took advantage of some of the new classes that I have. So Butts is now a blue mage. I made Reyna and Galoof knights. Galoof is a knight with black magic. And Ferris is currently a time mage with white magic.
Does she have like haste and stuff? Or?
Yeah, I don't think she has that yet, but... Or maybe she does, but whatever she does have, it's worth it.
How does the blue mage work in this?
In this one, it works like it does in Final Fantasy VII and possibly 6, where you just get magic cast against you while you have the class equipped, and then you can cast the spells. Blue mage has fewer levels in this game than most of the other jobs because there's not a lot to it in terms of complexity. Like, the only things it learns are the ability to use blue magic and the ability to learn blue magic. So its first or second ability is learn, and then you put that on any other class, and then they will learn any blue magic that happens to be cast against you.
Nice.
Yeah. I happened... Maybe I don't have it yet, but I think I did...
Look at Galoof.
Oh, man. Oh, no, poor Galoof. At least now they have the technology to put characters behind.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
He's behind a wall.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a floor kind of panel.
Oh, yeah.
I see. Oh, that was cool. Then.
Yeah, that doesn't read terribly well in that case, but... Yeah, when I was playing Final Fantasy 1, I was pretty surprised because they didn't... Even though that remake came out in 2003, they didn't implement the technology to allow characters to walk behind... images, and so there are parts in the final dungeon where they're just gigantic pillars, and it's like I should be able to walk behind these, but I can't because they go all the way to the top of the screen, so I have to go down and around them, which I guess was just to preserve the original level geometry. You know, it was originally designed so you'd have to go like down and around this way, and if they did put that in there, you just go boop.
Now, is this a defeater or a Death Eater?
I think it's a defeater, and these just googly-eyed robots.
Oh, they were lowered on a chain,
Yeah.
I see. I like how the blue mage just looks even more like a superhero.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's got that little mask.
Yeah. It's like, blue mage, why you gotta dress like that?
Or he's out to some weird party you don't want to ask too much about. Cool dust. Hey guys, you want to smoke behind the school?
Make you cool.
I swear I've had sex. I know how to do sex.
Cheese it's the cops.
I don't know why, but I adore the term cheese it.
Yeah. You don't hear it often except in terms of when the cops or the teachers or parents show up.
Yeah.
Then you cheese it. And then usually you get too old to cheese it. Get too old to run from the cops. In some cases. Some people never learn.
Nope. Old Diamond Joe Biden, he never learned.
The forehead on that thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So Reyna's night outfit is like sexy time night. It's got like that bare thigh going on. She's got the little thing in her hair.
That doesn't make sense. So are you going to be able to run through that conveyor belt?
No, I was trying to, and I forgot that in order to get around them, you need to basically go up above and then drop into that area. Yeah.
I like to see. It's cool to hear that they are keeping up with that whole go up a stage and then drop down thing.
Oh yeah. In terms of exploration, there's a lot of that in this one. We'll come up on the library here in a little bit, which has some exploration, which is a little frustrating, but at the same time forces you to actually explore. And this is, I think I kept these dungeons in for so long because they are actually interesting for once. They're so largely a plane that you're just going along, but there's more depth to it. They're playing with the idea of, you know, if you build a wall that looks like it's going down, now it looks like they're on a lower floor, even though they're still technically on the same plane.
Like, that's really fun. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot to... I mean, if you think about how boring it is in older Final Fantasies, just walking through the cave.
Yeah.
Through the
Oh,
cave.
yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's nothing interesting to them. And they go even further with that in 6, which is why I'm looking at 6. I'm like, how much of these dungeons do I want to cut out? And I think I'm going to cut out most of them, because at the end of the day, they are still just dungeon. And they can only be so interesting for so long, although there are some interesting enemies I always want to point out. But they often do have very interesting bits that I want to leave in. Like, I might leave in just the entirety of Kefka's castle, because that's the first final dungeon, which has a lot going on within it.
Yeah.
We split up into 3 parties, and there are all these bosses throughout it, and all this bullshit going on.
You could always do like a montage of enemies.
Oh yeah, I might do that with just the bosses.
Yeah. Just like the final blow on all of them, just quick cut, like with some funny music or something, as it just, your party just murders everything.
Yeah, either the Saber Dance or Tiny Spanish Flea, which are my 2 go-tos when I need montage music. Thank you, Simpsons. Literally both of the songs I first heard on The Simpsons and went, I love this music, I need to use it someday.
Ooh.
Hey guys, we both have cigarettes, and I have booze. Come on.
I have a car.
Let's go get drunk at the gorge. You want to jump into the Joe?
Oh my god.
I thought that would elicit a reaction.
I want to take a dip in the Joe.
It's so cold. Yeah. Come on, let's get drunk first. That sounds incredibly dangerous. Nah, bruh.
Let's get drunk and then jump off this like 50-foot bridge.
So part of the reason that I made Butts a blue mage is because blue mages are actually very adequate physical fighters as well, because they have a decent strength stat, and they can equip swords, just the same as knights and the like. So what I've done with him here is he has his blue magic, he has learning, he has all that going on. So I've made him a blue mage, and I've given him the knight ability two-handed, which allows him to wield a sword with 2 hands, which means he can't hold a shield, so his defense is lower, but he can put out more physical damage.
Nice.
My goal for most of this playthrough was to just maximize my physical damage output. I think, in a way, to partially spite Final Fantasy 1, which I watched an Awesome Games Done Quick speedrun of that back in January, and I was right. You're better off just focusing on physical damage over anything. The way their party was set up on that particular speedrun, they had 2 knights and 2 red mages. Because red mages apparently can equip most swords that knights can equip, and a good deal of armor as well. And so it saves you money because you're just passing down equipment down to your red mages. And it also means that you don't have the problem I had where only one of your characters is capable of putting out damage for most of the game.
Look at Butts' Mega Man fucking jump sprite
on
that thing.
My only complaint about this dungeon is that it is a little frustrating to get so backtracked.
Oh, you have to keep going up and down.
Yeah, you go up, and then there are 3 that room in particular, there are 3 chutes you can go through, and they just send you God knows where. This room was kind of fun, though. It's a miniature puzzle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so, like, these can't extend if there's something in the way, so you gotta make sure something isn't in the way.
The thing with those puzzles in games like this that always was frustrating was getting into an encounter in the middle of solving it, and I'm like, all right, which direction is that facing?
Exactly. You immediately lose your sense of location and where anything is, where anything actually is.
You're like, oh shit, did I hit that switch last, or do I need to hit it again? I don't remember.
The floating continent of Final Fantasy VI is that to the nth degree. Because there are all these hidden passages that you only activate if you've like walked into the wall, and you hit switches, and that lowers other bits, different paths, and you're like, okay, I just got to go there, and then you get into a fight, and you're just like, oh fuck, where do we go?
Yeah, it's really cool seeing what they're doing with the environments here. That they just decided, walking and fighting isn't the funnest.
Yeah, 4 had nothing like this. Everything up to 4 was just walk through the dungeon, get to the boss. 4 started to make good strides, rather, in terms of story and character and bosses and all that. This one started to focus on the gameplay as well, and so it lays the groundwork for what will come in 6.
This power room's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Just want to make sure there were no secrets in here.
Just a big old, like, fucking 8-cylinder engine.
Yeah, just rumbling away. I like to imagine this queen is just covered in grease. Has a big old wrench.
Yeah, it's just a big old muscle car engine.
Yeah. With this boat tearing ass through the ocean.
We don't need wind. Oh, shit.
Fuck wind. We do need wind, though, because it's all hot. And I feel sticky. This boss...
Whoa!
Liquid Flame. Or Liquid Flame. Let me tell you about this motherfucker. When I played this game initially back in like 2000, when I was a little babby, this motherfucker was my first stumbling block, because it has these powerful spells and it hits your whole party with powerful magic, and look, it just killed butts right away, right? When I first fought it, I had Ferris equipped as a monk with the chakra ability. The monk chakra ability just heals themselves for a good amount. Not a huge amount, like it's better to have a white mage do it.
Yeah.
But chakra will get you by, and it doesn't cost MP or anything. I was fighting this thing, and it obliterated the rest of my party. All I had left was Ferris. And I had it in one of its forms to where it won't use its real powerful magic. I forget which one it is exactly. And I realized that it's mostly counter-attacking me with powerful stuff, which is the one problem this game has, is most of its bosses are bosses mostly because they just have powerful counter-attack abilities, which is very frustrating. But what I ended up doing in order to beat it is I put Ferris in the back row and had her just use chakra to heal herself. Because the thing would just use its physical attacks, which hit for a decent amount, but chakra would heal for more than a damage.
Oh, tornado.
Yeah, now it's a fire tornado. It would hit for less than chakra could recover, and the monk has an innate ability to counterattack.
Okay.
So what Ferris would do is she would just heal herself, and then it would attack, and then once in a while she would counterattack.
Nice.
And enemies will not counterattacks.
So you said to wait it out?
I lamed it out. I just lamed it the fuck out.
It'd be cool if, oh man, what's his name? It's, god damn it. Chad Magnum. He should do a video on top 5 gaming bosses that shapeshift like that. Like that turn into different forms. Like
that's the name of the top 5 gaming bosses that shapeshift like that.
I'm thinking like Smithy from Super Mario RPG could be in that. That was one of my favorite shapeshifting bosses.
I was thinking of the Chad Magnum video. Another reference to the actual bad guy of the story. The queen was possessed by some dark spirit, but we don't know what yet. I was thinking of doing a Chad Magnum video called like Top 5 Zelda Games.
Yeah.
And all of them except the first one are just him saying like, let's face it, it's not as good as you think. Because that's basically those lists are coming out in lieu of Breath of the Wild's release, and they're all like that basically. Like the one I was reading, it's like the 15 or so Zelda games, and the original Legend of Zelda is in like the number 12 spot.
Let's face it, it's not that good, bros.
Basically, yeah. So it's like, but except for Ocarina of Time, which is at the number 2 spot, it's like, let's face it, you can't put this in number 1 or you'll lose your credibility.
Oh my god! Like, how do you?
Right.
Do you know how you? It's not how credibility works.
But that's how street cred works.
Oh, Wolf. That'd actually be a pretty good video to put out.
Oh yeah.
Recently. Soon.
And I can just crank it out pretty easily.
Yeah.
Right? It's literally just me saying a Zelda game, and then let's face it, it's not as good as you think.
And you could just take screenshots or video footage or something from other shit.
I think screenshots would be the best because it's gonna go fast.
Yeah.
Like, number 5, Breath of the Wild. Let's face it, it's not as good as you think. Number 4, Link to the Past. Let's face it, it's not as good as you think. Number 3, Legend of Zelda Original. Let's face it, it's not as good as you think. Number 2, Ocarina of Time. Let's face it, you can't put this number 1 or you lose your credibility. Number 1, Majora's Mask. I sure get a boner for these dancers. That was Chad Magnum's top 5 Zelda games of all time. Check in every Thursday for another Chad Magnum's top 5. Get your bone on.
Get your boner on. Wolf is so happy to be there.
Yeah.
When did they meet Wolf?
He was that guy who was trying to get into the castle, but they scared him away with gunpowder.
Oh.
And then he broke in from the side.
Oh wow, he almost got murdered.
Yeah.
And now they're trapping him.
They... what was going... Oh, this is the machine which is attached to the crystal, which is amplifying its effect. It had been turned off, but then some possessed soldier walked in and just flipped it on and broke the switch. So he's trying to keep it from fully turning on. And he's gonna get it bad. No, when the crystal goes, this whole room will go up in flames. I'm not happy. That's just how my sprite is designed.
We kind of want to watch Wolf. Is that bad?
My name isn't Werewolf. My name is Jeff. And he recognized Galoof, but Galoof was like, who? What?
I'm counting on you. I don't know who you are.
Oh no. Yeah, that's a bad way to go. I mean, the crystal was apparently spitting out flame as it was cracking. So I have to imagine when it explodes, it's like a miniature nuke going off.
Hopefully it's quick.
Oh, well, yeah. Hopefully it's like being right underneath the nuke, as opposed to in the fallout radius.
Yeah. Everybody get up, there's fire around us.
And shit's rumbling? I don't know. So this is going to be one of the most butt-clenching moments I've had in my entire Final Fantasy playthrough yet. I think this set the stage for the 10 minutes to escape the #1 reactor in Final Fantasy VII. As you'll see in a moment.
Luke, his name was Wolf.
No, he's like a werewolf. I hate werewolves. They want to sleep with my daughter. All of them. At the same time. I have no problem with werewolves, I just don't think they should, mix with us. They should get out of here. They should, go... I'm an old racist. Yeah. I'm just gonna front.
Galoof, it's strange that you're, remembering these things.
So you have 10 minutes to escape this castle before it explodes, but you remember all those chests from earlier that are blocked by fire?
Yeah.
Well, now the fire is gone, so I can equip that treasure. Or gather that treasure.
Take time for a quick camp?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just take a quick little nap. It only took 3 seconds.
Alright. I want to see how intense this shit is. You make it out first try?
I make it out first try, but you're going to see just how close I actually cut it.
Ooh.
Which I guess that cuts the tension, but oh well. Oh well.
It's the journey, right? It's not the result.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
The journey is better than the catch. So the first chest is okay. It's a small pile of GP.
So how much money do you have at this point? Is that a lot to get?
Right now, that's a good amount. Yeah. I feel like I have plenty of gil, but not a huge amount.
Well, of course, the timer's still going in battle.
Oh, of course, yeah. Just like in 7. They really refined their income curve with this one. Like, the problem with 1 and 2 is that they're not giving you nearly enough money for most of the game, and then at the end they're giving you way too fucking much, where it's like, oh, this is actually trivial. In this one, you're very... It's the curve that I enjoy, where your income is less than what you would need to buy everything, but you can buy enough that you're satisfied.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you had to... I love that frog animation. Yes! Frog calisthenics are the best. Because if you made I think I'm actually gonna write an article about this. I've been inspired to make a series called Amateur Hour on our site, where it's me as a complete amateur with no, experience or knowledge of game design, just trying to pull design elements out of these games, these Final Fantasy games that I played, and one of them is the income curve.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you should make basically enough money to get what you need to progress, but not enough to just get everything, because that's not satisfying.
Yeah.
It's more satisfying to make the crucial choices of, okay, I guess I want a cloud for sword, a sword for Cloud, and fuck, that's a good materia. It's eventually gonna give me Isuna, but fuck, it's so much. I could get a weapon for my other 2 party members, but I also want some potions and eye drops. Fuck. Okay, why are tents so expensive?
You know, it'd be cool. I mean, it wouldn't be cool, but it would be neat and fourth wall breaking or so if like a enemy had an ability that would like attack the countdown clock.
Oh god.
Knock like 10 seconds off.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit.
Oh yeah. It would be perfect if they put that in such a way to where the time doesn't actually matter. Like they know once you're at this spot, you're gonna get out, right?
Yeah.
All it does is add to the tension of the moment. Like in, I think it was Arkham Asylum, there's a moment where Joker is counting down to when he's gonna kill a guy.
Yeah.
And he's like 10, 9, and you're rushing to get there. But no matter how quickly you get there, he always, basically he just yells out the rest of the numbers as you're sliding down. So it's like, okay, I wasn't actually on a timer, but these motherfuckers made me feel like I'm on a timer. You got me.
It'd be great. I mean, and I mean this not, it wouldn't be great at all, is if you were running into enemies who were casting like stone or stop.
Oh god, yeah.
So
which is basically, yeah, that would basically be that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can't move.
You just gotta sit here and wait.
That cost me like 10 seconds right there, and I went, fuck!
Any other goodies?
Oh, there are a lot of goodies. Trust me, there are a lot of goodies to come. I could just go down that door right there and exit, but no. I want all the goodies.
Fucking monsters.
I don't even know what goodies are in here because I didn't have that guide yet. I just knew that I wanted them.
Like, how are they both fitting in that chest?
Magic? They are sorcerers.
Or that Gigas?
Yeah.
He's just like, thanks guys.
He's just
in there.
He's just very flexible.
Thanks for letting me out. Now I'm gonna kill you.
Gonna kill you, but good.
'Cause that's all I know how to do.
Just kill.
I love
and
the
lift weights.
I love the wavy, like heat wave, like effect on the background in the battle.
Oh yeah. That spell, by the way, was Isuna. For some reason, they couldn't fit the U in there, so it's just Esna. Even though there are spells with 5 or more characters, so there's no reason for it to be Esna, unless it was just a weird localization thing.
They're just fucked up.
Yeah.
Her punch-ins. It's like, cha-cha. I mean, all of them, they're all pretty good.
Yeah. At least in this game, they actually have like a punch sprite. In 4, if a character was unequipped, they just had a generic punching arm that they would put on top of them with... It was just like a fist with a red sleeve. And when I first saw it, it was with the monk character. And it actually kind of fit with him, so I didn't notice it. But then later on, I had Rosa attack unequipped, and I saw the same fist, and I went, oh, come on. Come on, guys. You had the memory space. Just make a sprite.
It would be real cheap if we just make this one big fist.
You know how much time that saves?
It'd be better if they just really went for it and made the fist like as big as the character's
Yeah, I was just thinking that actually. Just poof.
Yeah.
God, that'd be like some Paper Mario stuff. We gotta play Paper Mario eventually.
That'd be cool.
Those games are perfect. They're perfect for Let's Playing as well, because the moment-to-moment battles are very engaging as well.
They're
as
the
you know.
Funnest battles, man.
They're so fun.
Like
and
that style of why don't more games do that?
And when I think about the RPG idea I have in my head, which is part of the reason I want to do Amateur Hour, is just to consider all these design elements in case I ever manage to do anything with that. Man, that should just be Paper Mario. In terms of combat, at least. With some skill trees, so I love skill trees.
South Park is fun because of that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you like to tap more buttons while you're fighting than just...
You like to have an active role in what you're doing. This caught me off guard, because so far there haven't been any random battles in here. But once in a while you encounter this sergeant with these dogs named Karnaks.
Back attack. Attack that attacks back.
And so far I've explored about half the castle, and I only have 6 minutes left.
Oh. So are these Karnaks pretty badass then?
They're not badass, I'm trying to save time because I don't want to fight them. And it's a back attack, so I'd have to have everyone switch rows. But then I realized that I have enough attack power that I can just eat through them pretty easily.
Deliver those punches.
Yeah. Yeah, this motherfucker, this sergeant and these Karnaks, they attack you at random in this castle for a specific reason that you learn later.
That's pretty cool.
But they always catch you off guard. And unfortunately, this one had to be a back attack and cost me, I think, over a minute.
I mean, that's cool, that feeling of being stalked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In a game like this. Like, it makes sense, too. Like, that's something I've always been asking, is like, when has the game series started to make sense with their enemies? And I feel like this is a really good example of, hey, there's this sergeant in this castle and his attack dogs, and you're not supposed to be here, so they're coming for you.
Yeah, and then once you kill his dogs, he runs away, and then he attacks you with, like, more dogs. So, yeah, he is coming after you.
Yeah, that's real cool. It's not like, here's some crab zombie that's just hanging out in the castle.
Oh, man, zombie crab. Yeah, like, Vagrant's story, as much as I love it, has kind of a bad case of that. But at the same time, the monsters they do make, even though they sometimes stand out for being like, you're just a big crab, they still manage to fit in with the environment, I guess.
I think if you're making an RPG and you don't add the big crab, you're doing something wrong.
You're doing something very wrong.
Like, you need your almost mascot level, like, weak-ass enemy, right? Like your slime.
Yeah.
Or your, like, rabbite or whatever from the Mana games.
You need your cactars, and all the cactars are always a nightmare.
They're so cute.
Oh, they're adorable. And I can't wait to play World of Final Fantasy and get one of my party. God damn it, once I'm done playing all these games, I'm gonna buy fucking World of Final Fantasy. And basically play them all at once.
You'll be so happy.
I'll be so happy. Except for Lightning. I'll just ignore her.
She's like,
Destiny is destiny. 8 out of 10. Lightning, did you just review Destiny within World of Final Fantasy? Did Rusty put you up to this?
Damn it, Rusty.
Damn it, Rusty, why are you paying Lightning to review the game that you were lead design on?
Guys. It's not even my job.
We should painstakingly replace the credits as a joke for something, but painstakingly replace the credits in Destiny with just Rusty's name.
Yeah.
For everything. All the roles, all the voice actors, director, producer, writer.
You did a good job, delivering that.
Considering this was a one-man effort, but, I guess considering it was a one-man effort, he did a pretty good job with that wall line.
I mean, you're no Peter Dinklage, but good job, Rusty. Yeah, still, if, I don't know how late he stays up on a Sunday night, but he said he'd be down to receive random phone calls, so I'd have to work out how to... I mean, I've read about how to hook a phone up, to have it be part of everything.
Yeah.
Of a podcast to where, like, not only would I be recording it, but you guys would be able to hear it.
Yeah, so this particular monster in a box is rough, because it's a Gygus and a sorcerer and one of those doggos.
We were having a party in there until you came along and ruined it.
But this is the most extraneous wing of the western half, and it gives you a pretty good item, so it makes sense that it's so difficult to acquire. And this has an equivalent in the east wing, which I'm going to make my way toward now.
Damn, you got like three
I have 3.5 minutes. I better push it to the limit. Clap limit. Gives you an elf cloak. An elf cloak is a cloak which allows you to occasionally evade attacks. The problem with the elf cloak is that A, this game doesn't really have descriptions for items within the item menu, so it doesn't tell you that. B, this game has an optimize option, because you have so many different pieces of equipment, and all these jobs can equip different stuff, and you never know what you can equip, what's strongest, and so if you click optimize, it equips you with what has the highest stats.
Okay.
It can't take into account anything more granular than that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this relic has like 10 defense. This one has 15 defense. Here's the 15 defense one. Even though the elf cloak allows you to periodically evade attacks with pretty high frequency. So that makes it automatically better than pretty much any piece of equipment, because it means you're just flat out evading attacks, but the game has no way of reading that.
I always thought that was sort of the, that's what you get for using the optimize button.
Yeah.
Is it like, well, you didn't want to take the time to dig into the stats, so you're getting just base level, you know, this has more defense, you get that, or this has more attack.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, oh, but I want this elemental weapon because it'll tear apart the enemies in this area, or something like that.
Like that's your reward for digging a little deeper and doing the work yourself.
There are 2 items that I wound up selling, even though they're only worth 1 GP each, just because of how frustrating they were in light of the optimization option. One is an item called Bone Armor, which gives you very high defense, but while you're wearing it, you're technically undead.
Oh.
And so you take damage from healing effects.
Huh.
And every time I would hit optimize, which it does automatically whenever you put on a new job, a character would just be equipped with that, and I'd forget about it until I got into battle, and I'm like, why are they taking damage from healing? Oh, fuck. The other is a helm called, I think, Thornlet, which, again, has very high defense, but while you have it equipped, it slowly drains your HP. And when I say slowly, I mean very quickly.
So it's the Jesus crown.
Basically, yes. And it just, I would just keep getting a character equipped with Bone Armor and Thornlet going into battle, and like, oh, their HP is fucking cratering. And now I'm down to 2 minutes.
Stubborn, eh?
Yeah.
I love what they're, like, really, really happy to see what they are doing with these dungeons in this game, like the enemy stalking you and like timer
yeah.
falling through holes and shit.
So even though I'm outside of the castle, I'm still technically in the castle, and so I only have 1:50 left when this motherfucker attacks again. And unfortunately, his doggo's got the first round of attacks, so that ate up like 8 seconds.
Doing you a hurt.
Table have turned, hummin'.
Is he gonna run away this time?
No, something worse.
That does it. Dwaha.
He's actually Ironclaw,
Ironclaw.
a boss.
What? Why did he go from looking so cool and like human-like to this thing?
I don't know, but I have 1 minute and I have no idea how much HP this guy has.
Holy shit. That is like the stone mask. It's just gonna grab your face.
Yeah. Fortunately, time stops when you're in your menu. So I was selecting haste there, and it wasn't counting down.
Ooh, good.
And fortunately, I have power leveled my characters a bit, so I just ate through that guy.
I like how like the fact that he's a bounty hunter changes things. Like, just because he was a sergeant attacking you, like that wasn't bad enough. It was like, oh, I'm the bounty hunter Ironclaw. It's like no one knows what that means.
Nope. And he never gets referenced again. We don't know where he's a bounty hunter from. No one mentions him. He just seems to be some jobber who is tracking you.
I wish he was more like Zed.
Yeah, that'd be a lot better.
Ooh, what'd he get? Oh.
Well, I get these 3, and those other 2 fucked off for a little bit.
I love that they fuck off sometimes and you can't get one.
Because you see them and you're like, what? No! I don't even know what it is, but I want it. So that's actually Beastmaster. Geomancer, which is the most useless class in this game.
So they just have like Earth Attack, right?
What do they have? I'll discuss Geomancer in a moment.
But's so happy.
He's so happy because he has more jobs.
I got the power!